to my channel. What are we doing today? Today we are doing prompt 2 to my 4 prompt series for September, and where we're drawing, celebrating the month of September in the country of Belize. And last week we did the carnival, showing a carnival dancer, and today we're doing the Battle of St. George's Caye. Yes. And so usually I do a little narrative through my coloring, so why don't I quit this intro and get to the coloring and get to the significance of this piece. Okay guys, let's get this started. I first start out with showing you guys what color I was using. I quickly abandoned this idea because, you know, I use so much colors in this piece that, especially the alcohol-based markers, I use so many of them in this piece that, yeah. But I'm going in there first, establishing the skin tone for the, I don't want to say the word slave, because the way the history works is that, to my understanding, during the Battle of St. George's Caye, it was both the British settlers that were here and their slaves that fought against the Spaniard invasion. And that's the reason why we have both cultures depicted on our flag, both the Afro-descended person and also the British person. And for this, I actually used a reference. I Googled what British soldiers' uniform looked like, and I noticed it was red, kind of like a dark red, like a mix between red and a wine red kind of color. And also, that's what right here I'm doing here is showing you that I had a couple Copic markers, well actually I think 3 Copic markers that were no good, but again, these are Copic, so I know I could buy replacement nibs and refills for them, so I'm not taking it too much to heart. Yeah, I'm showing the colors that are bad for me that I wanted to use. For this, I wanted to use the color black, but I also wanted to give it some definition, and I wanted to use a cool gray, but I don't have cool gray in Copic, so I end up using a neutral gray, and I kind of mixed the N6 with the N2 to kind of produce that effect, and then I went over it in the last with a cool gray, the color I really wanted to use, colored Prismacolor pencil. Here I'm using the slate blue or the dark slate in Copic markers for the cannon, because there's a lot of dark colors in this piece. The British soldier cap is dark, the guns are dark, his boots are dark, so I really had to kind of figure out how I was going to put those darkness to it. And also the cannon, the base of the cannon. Now interestingly, we had cannons like these in our battlefield park. They moved them, I don't know where they put them, but I think there's still these same cannons, a replica of these cannons in front of the Supreme Court. So you can still see replica of these within Belize City. And I'm coloring now the wheel of this. The Battle of St. George's Caye was such a historic and momentous and life-altering event for the country of Belize. Like I said, it was what defined the country as a colony of Britain and making English our official language. Here I was amazed how I got to do this ocean, because the Battle of St. George's Caye happened in the first capital of Belize City. The first capital of Belize City was St. George's Caye. It was actually a key that was out into the sea in the parts of the Barrier Reef. After the battle, I believe they moved it inland to Belize City, and then after 1961's Hurricane Hattie, they moved it to Belmopan. So we actually had 3 different capitals throughout the Belizean history: St. George's Caye, then Belize City, and now Belmopan. I like how the sky came out. I really wanted to add some stuff onto that, but I kind of forgot what I was doing the coloring, because the way the markers came out was so beautiful that I didn't want to ruin it too much with colored pencils, so I didn't do too much colored pencils, and you will see that in the end of this. I am actually using dirty ivory or dusty ivory here for the sand, because I really didn't have the color I wanted, but even so I didn't feel like I needed it, you know, that kind of feeling. So I was okay. I'm coloring now the Afro-descendant man's hair. Interestingly, slaves in Belize were not usually fresh off the boat, to put it in a term. We usually bought our slaves, well, we mean being a Belizean, from other plantations in the Caribbean. So most of our slaves that came to Belize were already seasoned, so a lot of them didn't came fresh. I don't know how to put it. So we didn't have that like how the Americas have it, like how Jamaica had it. We had like secondary. So yeah, it could have been Afro descended rather than an original African person that came from the country of Africa. And now I'm going in there. I'm using, I believe, I don't remember the color I used. That's the color that I wanted to tell you guys, that the Dahlia, I don't remember the name, purple color that I used in the first piece that I did. I wanted to show you guys the color I used. And here I'm just going on with some dark browns, trying to differentiate his hands. And I think I also used it to kind of differentiate. I think this is ochre, that I kind of used to differentiate the British soldier, to darken some areas. And I'm going in there now with a yellow. I think it's golden yellow, to give some definition to the cannon. We're almost done with this, guys. This has been so much fun. I will not be doing a wrap up for this piece. Instead, I'll be doing this as a wrap up. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.